Hey guys, I'm sitting on my floor. You didn't ask, but now you know. Alright, so I'm going to try to answer 15 questions. I don't want the video to be too long, so we'll just start and see how it goes. When did you start writing? I started writing when I was 12 years old. I can actually still remember the first song I ever wrote. My family friend taught me how to write songs when I was 12. Let me know if you want the full story because I will be more than happy to tell it in a different video. What is the weirdest conversation you've ever had with someone? Oh God, I don't even know. I can't put my finger on it. I've had so many weird conversations. I guess it's not like that weird, but I love having existential conversations, talking about souls in the universe and consciousness and all things like that. Spirituality type conversations. Who let the dogs out? What was your first favorite song that you can remember? Definitely Twisting by the Pool by Dire Straits. I used to love that song. Growing up, my parents had a pool in the backyard, and me and my siblings would beg my dad to put that on the speakers outside, and we would just go crazy. If you don't know that song, definitely go listen to it. It is so nostalgic for me. Summer vibes. So good. Would you rather be in a Shark Tank for 5 minutes or in a room full of spiders for 10 minutes? Shark Tank, easily. Anybody who says that they want to be in a room full of spiders for 10 minutes is actually a psychopath. At least in a Shark Tank, you're behind bars, you're in a cage. I would do that. That sounds kind of cool. Spiders, bugs, absolutely not. Hard no for me. Tell me more about the release on Friday. Okay, so tomorrow, Friday, October 30th, that's so crazy to say because this song has been in the works for so long. It's a cover of Scatman. We called it Scatman, parentheses, Love Me Loud. Releasing that with an amazing DJ producer artist named Daz. And on the track, another amazing artist named Ellie Sax plays saxophone on it. And the track is so fun, so cool. Yeah, so the release is called Scatman, Love Me Loud. I'm singing on it. Daz produced it. Ellie Sax is playing saxophone on it. It's dropping tomorrow on all platforms through Loud Cult Records, and I'm so excited about it, you guys. I can't wait for you to hear it. Do you play an instrument? Yes, I do play 2 instruments. I play guitar, mostly acoustic guitar. I do have an electric guitar, I just don't use it that often. And piano. I'm not an amazing player at either instrument, but I do use them as tools to help me write and to accompany myself occasionally. How do you record your songs? I record my songs with a tiny little setup. I use a Focusrite Scarlett interface. It's super tiny and portable, and I love it. And I use a Rode NT1A microphone in Logic, and I record my vocals in my closet because that's the only part of my house that doesn't have a ridiculous echo. What's my favorite genre? My favorite genre, I think, is folk singer-songwriter, which is kind of, I release EDM music, but to actually listen to music and when I'm writing just on my own, that's the kind of music I gravitate towards. I like sad songs. Best snack at Disney World. Ooh, I am such a Dole Whip girl. It's just the perfect thing in the middle of the day. You need a little pick-me-up. It's 100 degrees in the Orlando sun. Also, I forget what the actual restaurant is. It's a quick service restaurant in Pandora, World of Avatar, and they have these little, what are they called, lumpia? But it's like pineapple cream cheese. It sounds so weird, but that's amazing. It's one of my favorite things at Disney World. What is the largest number of dogs that you expect to be living with you at one time? My version of heaven is just being surrounded by hundreds of dogs, but I really like big dogs. I don't think I'd ever have little dogs running around my house, so I think just 1 or 2. I want to be able to give my dog or 2 my full undivided attention, so I think having too many is just not really practical. What works do you do in your free time? I guess just what do you do in your free time? Recently, in my free time, I have been playing so much Animal Crossing on the Switch. I'm in the process of redoing my island. I'm very into it. I'm very proud of the way it's turning out. It makes me happy. And what else do? I listen to audiobooks. I'm a big fan of Audible. I also like to do cross-stitching when I'm super stressed out. It's really relaxing. It's sort of a grandma-esque activity, but I really enjoy doing it, so judge me if you want. What do you miss the most about pre-COVID Manhattan? I miss New York so much. I live in Miami now, but I spent my whole life in New York. I grew up in New York, and I'm an NYU student doing remote study right now. So that's been really hard. I just miss the freedom of being in the city. I miss being able to get on a subway and take myself on little day dates to Barnes & Noble, or meet a friend at a coffee shop, or go out on the Lower East Side on the weekends. I miss my family and my friends. But mostly, talking about pre-COVID, I miss just the freedom and independence of living in Manhattan. And I miss being on campus too. It's my last semester at NYU, and I feel like I'm missing out. What inspired you to get into music, and why did you make it your career? Ooh, this is a long story and it's kind of depressing. It has a happy ending, don't worry. But yeah, like I said before, when I was 12, my family friend taught me how to write songs and I loved it and obviously never stopped. I'm 24 now, so it's a very long time to keep a hobby. But I decided to make it my career because it's the only thing that ever made me happy or made sense to me. All through middle school, high school, and my first year of college, I was a mess. I was so depressed. I was anxious. I couldn't get out of bed in the morning. I barely went to school in high school, and it's horrible. I ended up going on homeschooling. And it's because everything that I was doing and learning in school just didn't matter to me. I didn't understand how anybody could just go through life in this box and pick a career and be happy living that way. It's so much more complicated than that, but I'm sure there's other people that have felt the same way. And then when I was in the worst part of my depression, my parents kind of just yanked me out of bed one day and put me in this little tiny school called Five Towns College and enrolled me in the songwriting undergrad program there. And it was the first time in years that I was happy and thriving and going to school every single day. I put my all into it. I was so dedicated to what I was doing. I ended up graduating second in my class. It was just life-changing, really. And so I realized that this is what I could do and wanted to do and needed to do for the rest of my life. I don't really care how hard it is. I'm going to do what it takes to get to where I need to be because it's the only thing that I can do, really. That sounds so dramatic, but it's so true. Maybe you're going through the same thing. You really just have to find that thing that really drives you and makes you happy, and you have to do it because you want to and need to. I need to write. That's just the only thing I can really say. Storytime with Jess. What's your favorite bedtime story? I'm a psycho. I love watching scary things before I go to bed and listening to scary stories before I go to bed. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I can listen to a scary story, watch a scary movie, read a scary book right before I go to sleep, and I'm fine. I love watching true crime right before I go to sleep. So yeah, if you have a scary story for me, I would love to hear it right before I go to sleep. Am I the only one who's like that? And it's not just because it's spooky season. I mean, I just really love scary things. Okay, I'll do one more. One more bonus question. What is your favorite food? Easy. Hands down, mac and cheese. If I go to any restaurant that has an adult mac and cheese on the menu, I'm gonna order that. I've really been loving the Annie's microwavable vegan mac cups recently, and that sounds so lame because I cook a lot of delicious, healthy foods. I have an Instagram account where I just post tons of recipes all the time. Those little microwavable mac and cheese cups, they do things for me. So yeah, those are all of the questions I'm going to answer today. Give me some feedback down below. Let me know if you want to see more things like this. And if you have any other questions, I'll answer them in the comments. Also, I hope that you guys are ready for my release tomorrow with Daz and Ellie Sachs. Scatman, Love Me Loud will be out on all platforms. Actually, it's tonight at midnight, I think it's gonna be out. I am so excited for this release. I can't wait for you to hear it. It's been in the works for so many months and it's finally getting released into the world. And I just really hope you guys have a good time listening to it because it's a fun song. It's a party. Also, I would really appreciate it if you followed me on all the social media platforms. I recently started posting on TikTok, so if that's your thing, I don't really know what I'm doing on there yet, but I'll figure it out. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys have a great day and an awesome Halloween. Go do something that makes you happy. Pet a dog, bake a cake, drink some coffee, and be on the lookout for Scatman tonight at midnight. Have a good one. Bye, guys.